I often see certain colours while sitting in the power: blue, magenta, purple. Should I ascribe a meaning to those visuals?
No, when we're sitting in the power and we see colour, remember what sitting in the power is. It's an attunement to raise your vibration, to connect with the spirit world. And what happens, again, when we spoke earlier about the consciousness moving, as the consciousness moves, your mind excretes a chemical, and within your eyes you'll start to see colour. So as the mind moves, the consciousness moves, we start to see colour. So I wouldn't get involved in the meanings of the colours. It's only when you're working mediumistically and knowing the meaning of the colours through the likes of Paul Jacobs, who does colour courses, things that have been provided by Gordon Higginson and the trance medium, where the true meaning of the colours came from. Once you learn them, using them in a sitting or in your mediumship, as long as you're not using them psychically. But actually, when you're sitting, we should be just a passive observer, letting your mind blend with that mind that's intelligent and trying to move you. So we often see colours. And it's these colours that give us that sensation of the frequencies changing. And usually what happens, and especially as these magentas and the purples, it shows you the mind's elevating because they're a high colour. But what happens in there is we start to get the oranges maybe and the greens, and all of a sudden the clairvoyance, the images start to open up. And it's just the progression of the mind. So again, I wouldn't make too much into it. I would allow it to happen, enjoy that colour show, but allow it just to bring you, because you're on your way, the consciousness is moving. It's an exciting place to be, because once they might, how can I put this, they may capture the mind in clairvoyant images. They might capture your mind, as Gordon once did with me, who was telling me all these stories and interaction, put his arm around me, and I always remember the words, "Come here, my boy, I'll show you how to demonstrate." And I thought, oh my word, here we go. And he did, and he kept on looking back at me. Oh, that was, and it was marvelous, but it was like I was speaking to you now. And then once they let go, I was stood up in the middle of the room dancing, and I thought, oh my word, that was my very first experience of trance, how they captured the mind. So go with it. Once that consciousness is shifting, it's absolutely wonderful what they can do with you. But don't spoil it as most humans do, like me, get involved and want to know. Let it just progress.
Remember, you're sitting for the spirit world. So if you're sitting for the spirit world, the experiences they're bringing are for them to develop you. If you start thinking that they're trying to tell you something, they're trying to teach you something or gift you something, you'll start looking for meanings in things. If you sit for the spirit world every day, you're developing your mediumship, you're developing emotionally, you're allowing yourself to heal. It means that what they're bringing for you is that healing. So if they're developing your clairvoyance, you're going to get clairvoyant images. The images in themselves might not be as important as the fact of you knowing that the spirit world have been blending with you, developing certain aspects of your mediumship. So try not to make too much of what happens in that space, and think of it as sitting for the spirit world, not sitting for you. It shifts the emphasis a little bit.